students. This week we will engineer a Mars lander for the Touchdown Challenge. Last week we saw the amazing results of NASA scientists and engineers as they successfully landed Perseverance on Mars, February 18th, 2021. This activity will involve planning, designing, testing, evaluating, and redesigning a Mars lander. Let's get started. The materials that you will need for this challenge have been sent home to you. Find the bag that says Science and Art. Inside there should be a paper plate, 2 marshmallows, index cards, rubber bands, a Dixie cup, the Touchdown Challenge from Design Squad, a planning guide for you to sketch and think out and brainstorm your ideas. And there's some stickers in there. You might want to use some extra materials. Your creativity will not be limited, but there will be some rules. So we'll have to find out what those are. You might want to gather recyclables, or you might want to gather tape and glue for this challenge. We will be following the engineering design process to guide us. Number 1, ask, what is the problem and what are the constraints? Your problem is to design and build a lander that will protect 2 astronauts when they touch down on Mars. Landing on Mars is going to be tricky. Spacecrafts are traveling thousands of miles per hour, and we need to slow it down quickly and safely. Your job is to think about how to reduce the speed of your spacecraft. We are going to be dropping the spacecraft from as high as we can, so gravity is the main force that is pulling our object down. You could either think about how to create a device that would absorb the impact so that your spacecraft would land softer and gentle, or you could think about reducing the speed of your spacecraft by creating drag or friction with air resistance. The constraints, or the rules. The marshmallows will be your astronauts. We want to make sure they have a great trip to Mars. Make sure they are in your Dixie cup. You are not allowed to put anything else in with the astronauts, and you're not allowed to cover the astronauts on their journey. The idea behind this is that when you test your spacecraft in the beginning, before you've added or changed anything to it, when it drops, you will see that your astronauts will pop right out when they touch the ground. This is because the impact will cause the marshmallows to pop out in the opposite direction. Your job is to create a device around the spacecraft with the astronauts in it so that they are slowed down and they land gently. Number 2, imagine. This is where we brainstorm ideas and then choose the best one to work on.
As engineers and scientists and creators, we also play as artists. I have drawn out 2 examples already, and I believe that both of these will fail. They will not work. In a sketch, you never want to erase. You want to learn from your mistakes. I'm not just going to wad at my paper and throw it away. I'm just going to keep playing with these ideas and learn from my mistakes. Maybe I can make it better by adding a parachute and more legs. Maybe I should pay more attention to where my legs come from. Are they sturdy enough? Are they strong enough? Maybe I can make it better by, maybe my legs would break. Maybe I need to soften the fall. Maybe I need to add something else. There's no wrong way to sketch and practice. It's like a rough draft in literacy class. You are writing out your thoughts. Maybe I can use a protective box. What else can I use? Where should my legs come from? I need to think about my space, about my environment, and the materials I have. These are not mistakes. These are proof that I am learning and trying my best. What will you come up with?
Step 3 is planning. I'm going to gather all of my materials, and then I'm going to draw a detailed diagram with labels. I have gathered all of my materials, and I'm ready to design my lander. Drawing my design will help me prepare before I tape or cut any of my materials. Labeling the parts is important for when I share and evaluate how my design worked. Number 4, create. I will follow the plan and test it out. My idea for my Mars lander was to create a shock absorbing system. I thought if I folded my index cards in an accordion shape, this might soften the landing for my astronauts. I took my index cards, I cut them into thin strips, and I folded them. I attached these to the bottom of my plate. If you don't have tape, there are some sticky dots in the bag to help you hold things down. Once I attached all 3 legs, I needed to attach the Dixie cup to the top of the plate. My astronauts fit perfectly inside the cup, and I believe the wide plate would cause some air resistance as it fell to the ground. All right, I'm ready to test. Test 1. Test 2. Test 3. Number 5, improve. I wasn't getting very good results, so it was time to go back to the drawing board and figure out how I could make some changes. The index card legs on the bottom of my plate were not very sturdy. They were causing the lander to tip over and the marshmallows were falling out of their Dixie cup. I decided to tape them in a triangular shape in order to make sure they were strong. It also required a little bit more tape. The engineering design process allows me to go back and improve my work. I recreated my legs and I'm going to try again. Test 4. Miss Learned tried a parachute design.
All right, students, I have double parachute system here, and here's my little space lander. All right, I'm going to be dropping it off our deck here, and it's going to land down there, and hopefully we'll avoid the water situation. Here it goes. Yay, it was a success!
Share your results with us on Seesaw. Please include a picture or video of your Mars lander and the diagram and distance it fell. Good luck, students. We can't wait to see your landers on Mars.